Interesting. Interesting. Fog. It's foggy. It's really foggy. That's that's interesting. Oh, by the way, I made a video out by the water before you talked about the water. Just figured I'd throw that in there. And I know you guys are wondering how I'm always 10 steps ahead. I appreciate that. Pisces is just kind of 10 steps ahead. That was kind of cool though, making a video at the water before you talked about living by the water. The question is, the question is, if they're wondering how a divine being is still standing, how is the divine going to wonder how they're still standing? If they made multiple attempts to try to take out a divine being, how is the divine going to do multiple attempts to take out those that tried to take out a divine being? Because, I mean, what comes around goes around. And I understand that there's delays. I understand that there's delays delaying the divine. How does the divine delay? How does the divine cause delays? Because, I mean, we are talking about the wheel of karma. And why would they be trying to wait until someone is at the point of exhaustion to make false hopes and empty promises? Isn't that pretty much the rest of their experience? It's just what it is. Because y'all are telling me that the ancestors are riding in, and man, I'm telling you, this fog is very unique, very unique. And I mean, when the universe, and you're right, the universe just doesn't play. The universe just doesn't play. You know, when I heard you say something about them attacking my finances, or Pisces finances, let's just say Pisces finances. I sure hope it's not this Pisces, because I get paid by the government. Do, 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 do. And and trying to make me lose my job. Well, that involves angels. I just sit back and tell them what I want and watch the magic happen. So tell me, angels, archangels, ascended masters of the divine white light, how can this cold moon we can't see bring full truth and love, light, health, wealth, and abundance to me? It did feel like I was in a freezer spell or something in that house. A lot of energy. A lot of energy. And I mean, yeah, you talking about them using magic to manipulate the court system. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Pisces, pay attention to your dreams. Oh, I did. And I can remember waking up to Lurch standing over me. Those drugs really fucked you up. No, the fucking look on your face is fucked up. Old glazed over face. And if I can remember correctly, before I went to jail the first time I said something on YouTube about a Gemini in a court system. And that wasn't Teal Swan, was it? Can't remember. I can't remember. It might have been. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I mean, as far as Masons go, my dad's cousins, Weldon Holcomb. Weldon, the stories they used to tell me about Weldon, he sent more public officials to the frying pan than they hired. He was one of those, it was, you know, Weldon was he was a very, very tall white man, and he had a brand new Cadillac. And it did not matter where he went in town because this was back during, you know, North and the South times, which, I mean, really nothing's changed. They just now changed the schools that glorified that shit. Anyway, Weldon could park his Cadillac anywhere in town because, when you had like officers, police brutality, things like that, they would show up, and it would be a black and white situation. It'd be black on black crime, and then the officers would abuse their authority. So Weldon threw the whole court system in jail. He was good at that. He could park his Cadillac. They loved him. They certainly did. He was a Mason. Something to do with my grandmother. I don't know how all that. I know she was a Holcomb, so I don't know how all that worked out. Man, my eyesight is getting amazing. My eyesight is getting amazing. Now, is it true that people are losing their memory? Because I heard you girls say that people were having difficulty with their memory. Because, I mean, I've got that going on in the family. I know my grandmother, she was like well over 90. Well over 90. No memory. I mean, say that's an ancestral curse that we could break, I guess. Something like that. They said Alzheimer's, but who knows? Who knows? Now, I heard you say something about the blind earlier, and my grandmother, I mean, Sarah Lowe, Holcomb, the Emmons Buell situation. I don't know how all of that went. I'll tell that story when I have truth. When I have truth, I'll tell that story. Yeah, I'll make that. I'll make that promise to you. As soon as they give me truth, somebody remind me, hey, remember the story about Bill Lowe? Tell us the story about Bill Lowe. As soon as I have truth, I'll tell you that story. Anyway, so Grandma Lowe, there was a nursing home situation. They didn't turn her pacemaker off when they took her off of life support. She was blind when she passed. Blind. I can remember her burning leaves and things outside and had poison ivy. She got poison ivy in her lungs. And my mother made a comment about if she smoked it wouldn't itch or something dumb. Something dumb. Oh, they didn't seem to get along very well at times. No matter. No matter. Now, my mom's dad, he died with a cage in his spine. 2 hip replacements, 2 shoulder replacements, pins and shit in his neck. And he was only like maybe 5 foot. He was, if that tall. He was a little guy. Kind of like Clyde Ghost from Miss Pac-Man, Pinky. Anyway, I can remember growing up being a clairsentient. I felt their pain. It's just what it is. Kind of got used to it. Just kind of got used to always being in someone else's pain. And I mean, I know what comes around goes around, so I'm not really worried about that too much. Not for myself, anyway. Not anymore. I learned how to deactivate that pain body pretty good. So it just takes a little meditation all the time. Just what it is. Just what it is. But now, you know, seeing that in the cards and knowing that energy doesn't lie. It's only right to tell you girls what a great job you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. Regardless on if they can figure out how I'm still alive, hell, I, I better not pass. I have to report once a month. I know this the corrupt county I live in. They'll come pull you out of the grave if you don't show up. So anyway, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. And when you said there were at least 7 warlocks involved, that's just inaccurate, ladies. That's just in America. I would guess. I would guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that shit. Nobody tells me anything. Decisions. I'm tired of the same old thing. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Y'all keep talking about food being poisoned. Well, I mean, that was in one of the readings with the devil months ago. And I mean, I'm all for the delays because I just know how karma works. The longer the delay, the better it is for me, and the worse it is for them. That's why they're upset. I would think. I would think. Hey, we're the monkeys. That's, that gets a chuckle out of me. It does. It does. Nothing like a good chuckle every now and again. And I heard one of you ladies say earlier that you were absolutely right. There would be no amount of therapy. There would be no amount of apology. There would be no amount of anything that they could possibly do. And I mean, when you have someone that is still of sound mind, sound body, sound soul through this entire thing, and I hear you ladies say something like that, you don't want to pray against people. However, what you do want is thy will to be done. And that's just what it is. I mean, karma is how we learn. It's how we learn our lessons. It took me a long time to figure that out. It took me a long time to figure that out. Y'all are saying an ancient soul. So I don't know what that means to newbies in the wheel of karma. An ancient soul. Interesting. Interesting. Does that mean like many, many revelations around the wheel of karma? You gotta learn sometime, huh? Do, do, do. I mean, y'all were saying angel, alien, shaman, oracle. I swear it is. Get my energy out your mouth unless you got universal life force energy in there. Because I mean, which one of those labels, which one of those titles would have universal life force energy in it, ladies? Come on, let's think logically now. And I mean, channeling that directly from the source. Because I mean, Ray, universal key life force energy. Coming from the source. That would, in all actuality, be a very, very simple formula to figure out how is he still standing? How is he still standing? Well, if God is everything and energy is everything and love is all there is, and there's been a divine union with the source through universal life force energy, well, who did they attack?